What's up, y'all? I'm Lady. Welcome back to another Vlogmas video. In this video, I want to share some of the books that I am anticipating for 2024. In the month of December, we know that all of these various lists come out regarding debut authors and anticipated reads lists. So I have read and looked through a few of those lists, and I found some books that I'm excited about that will be released early in 2024. These books are in January, February, and March. Now, I'm not saying that I'll be reading these books during those months that they're released, but seeing them and knowing that they're coming out definitely has piqued my interest. Y'all know I try to stay with backlist books, but sometimes I fall for the hype. Okay, so I think all the sirens are over. I hope everyone is okay, but that was loud. So like I was saying, I try to stick with backlist reading, but sometimes I fall for the hype, and so I'm excited to see these books coming out in early 2024. First up, we have James by Percival Everett. This one comes out in March, and it says Pulitzer and Booker Prize finalist Everett reimagines Mark Twain's The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn to tell the tale from Jim's perspective. Enslaved and in danger of being separated from his family, Jim, along with the young runaway Huck, embarks on a raft voyage down the Mississippi River, encountering familiar characters seen anew through Everett's particular lens. So this year I read my first Percival Everett's, and that was The Trees, I think the name of it. And that was really good. I really liked his style of reading. So I am looking forward to reading James. And by the way, I've never read The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn, but I have seen enough reviews and talks about it to kind of know what the story is about. So I have no desire to read that, but I am looking forward to reading James by Percival Everett. Next up is The American Queen by Vanessa Miller. This one comes out in January. And I'm currently reading one of her books, and I'm enjoying it. And I mentioned in a previous video that she has written a lot. So I saw the cover of the book, and I was like, oh, this is nice. And then I read the synopsis, and so my interest is definitely piqued. It says, in 1869, a kingdom rose in the South, and Luella was its queen. Over the 24 years she's been enslaved on the Montgomery plantation, Luella learned to feel one thing: hate. Hate for the man who sold her mother. Hate for the overseer who left her daddy to hang from a noose. Hate so powerful there's no room in her heart for love, not even for the Honorable Reverend Williams, whom she likes and respects enough to marriage. Soon, William and Luella become the appointed king and queen of their self-proclaimed Kingdom of Happy Land. And though they are still surrounded by opposition, they continue to share a message of joy and goodness and fight for the freedom and dignity of all. So that sounds good. Post-Civil War. I read a lot of books from that time frame in my historical fiction. So I'm interested in to see, where that one goes. Next up, Jimmy's Rhythm and Blues: The Extraordinary Life of James Baldwin by Michelle Meadows. This one comes out in January. This one is a kid's book, and it says celebrate James Baldwin's 100th birthday anniversary with the first ever illustrated biography of this legendary writer, orator, activist, and intellectual. I love me some James Baldwin, At some point, I need to get back to his catalog. I think at this point, I've read maybe 5 to 7 of his books. Always looking forward to reading some James Baldwin. And I really have to take my time with his writing. So when I decide to get back to it, I will. But this illustrated biography, I'm here for it. So I definitely will try to check this out early in 2024. Next, we have A Love Song for Ricky Wow. This one is by Tia Williams and it comes out in February. It says, set against the backdrop of modern Harlem and Renaissance glamour, A Love Song for Ricky Wow is a swoon-worthy love story of two passionate artists drawn to the magic, romance, and opportunity of New York and whose lives are uniquely and irreversibly linked. So I'm a huge fan of Tia Williams, The Perfect Fine, and 7 Days of June. Absolutely great romance. So I'm looking forward to reading A Love Song for Ricky Wilde. And to be honest, that's another one that I'm going to probably try to get my hands on as soon as it comes out. Next, we have The Queen of Sugar Hill, a novel of Hattie McDaniel. And this one is by Rashonda Tate. And it's not Rashonda Tate Billingsley like it used to be. It's just Rashonda Tate. And its release is set for January. It says, a fascinating fictional portrait of Hattie McDaniel, one of Hollywood's most prolific but woefully underappreciated stars, and the first Black person ever to win an Oscar for her role as Mammy in the critically acclaimed film classic Gone with the Wind. It was supposed to be the highlight of her career, the pinnacle for which she's worked all her life. The Queen of Sugar Hill brings to life the powerful story of one woman who was driven by many passions: ambition, love, sex, family, friendship, and equality. This is an unforgettable novel of resilience, dedication, and determination about what it takes to achieve your dreams, even when everything and everyone is against you. So I don't think I've read any information. I know who Hattie McDaniel is. I'm somewhat familiar with her life, but a novel based on her life sounds really interesting to me. So I hope Rashonda Tate does a good job with this one, and I'll be looking forward. Next, we have The Gardens of Eden. This one is by Rosie Lee, and it comes out in January. I'm not familiar with this author, but I think is this a debut? I think this one yes, it is a debut. And it says, when the bonds in their family begin to fray, 4 Black women fight to preserve their legacy, heal their wounds, and move forward together in this heartwarming contemporary debut novel with the loose parallels to the beloved women from the Bible. A heartwarming Southern story of family and its many complexities. The Gardens of Eden delivers a thoughtful portrayal of 4 women trying to hold on to their secrets. Women who just might, if they can only let go, find the peace they seek by holding on to one another. So I'm like, what women from the Bible? When I read about the characters, you have Ruth, Naomi, Mary, and Martha. So I'm very familiar with their stories in the Bible. So I'm interested to see, which also Ruth is married to someone named Bo. So I'm like, okay, I'm familiar with the stories from the Bible, so I'm interested to see how this story goes. It sounds good. Then we have The American Daughters. This one is by Maurice Carlos Ruffin, and its release date is in February. It says a gripping historical novel about a spirited young girl who joins a sisterhood of black women working together to undermine the Confederates. The story follows a curious, sharp witted girl who is enslaved alongside her mother, Sonite, to a businessman in the French Quarter of New Orleans. When mother and daughter are separated, Addie is left hopeless and unmoored until she stumbles into the Mockingbird Inn and meets Lenore, a free black woman with whom she becomes fast friends. Now, The American Daughters, I've been already seeing that around a lot on Bookstagram. So I'm sure there's some hype around it. And from the sound of it, it sounds like it's gonna be good. So I'm looking forward to that. The last book that I want to talk about for this video is Brooklyn by Tracy Brown. And this one is set for release in February. If you don't know, we lost Tracy Brown this year. She passed away. So I was excited and sad to see that this is likely the last book we'll get from Tracy Brown. I still haven't finished or started her last book, but I do own it. So I'm looking forward to Brooklyn. I hope it's more of her and not just someone piecing together something that she had left. But I absolutely love her. I need to do like an author spotlight on her because, yeah, I really hate that we lost her. So this one says, Tracy Brown crafts a tale about a master manipulator and serial survivor who will scorch earth to get what she wants. The question isn't who murdered her, the question is who wouldn't. Brooklyn Melody James has finally gotten the punishment she deserves after leaving a web of lies, heartache, and betrayal behind her. As her life slips away, Brooklyn remembers the events that shaped her into the cold, calculating creature she became. So that sounds good right there. I'm sold on that one. So that is it. That is some of the anticipated books of 2024 for me. It's not an exhaustive list because I don't know all the books that are coming out, but these are ones that I'm excited about. So I hopefully will be able to pick them up from the library. That Tracy Brown book, I will likely purchase it. And what other one? That Tia Williams, that one might be a purchase as well. We'll see. So that is it for me in this Vlogmas video. Let me know in the comment section below what book or books that you are anxiously waiting for to come out in 2024. Okay. Can y'all hear that? I wonder, can that be heard? All of that. What is going on? And it's just going. Well, that's it for me, y'all, in this Vlogmas video. I hope you all enjoyed it. I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye, y'all.